My name is Kristine Kennedy, and this is my story. My mom had chronic pain her whole life, so she always had lots of meds to cope with that, narcotics mostly. So that was the first time that I ever took anything, was from her offering it to me. She would just give me like a little baggie of 10, and then I could take them when I wanted. The addiction, it started slowly in the beginning when I was using the Vicodin that my mom gave me. I would just kind of dabble here and there because it allowed me to put on that fake face. I'm a nurse. I was nominated for Nurse of Excellence, respected by my peers, certified in my field of OB. When I went into recovery, people were very surprised to hear of it. They said they just didn't expect it from me. A lot of people know me in the community as a mom. I helped teach Vacation Bible School and Sunday School, and helped at all my kids' schools when they were younger. The first time I diverted at work, it wasn't actually Vicodin, it was Nubane. That's what we give moms in labor for pain. So I thought, well, I have this, my patient only got so much, and then there's leftover, they just waste it, and it just totally spiraled out of control. Once you do it once, and I got away with it, it was easy to do again, and my addiction grew and grew. I walked into work that morning, and my supervisor and human resources met me off the elevator and asked me to come into the office. I already knew where this was going. I knew I really needed help, and I wanted to report myself, but I just couldn't do it because I was afraid of what would happen, and I was afraid of what it would be like to not use. And I just broke down and cried and said, please help me, I don't know what to do. They put me in their confidential monitoring program, and it's a 5-year program where you have to be compliant and report to them and do your drug screens and do your counseling. And I was so grateful that day that someone finally reached down and pulled me out of the hole, because I'm not sure what would have happened if they didn't. I graduated from the monitoring program. I felt really proud, and I learned a lot from my recovery, and was happy to be on the recovery side. I never even thought about relapse, even though they have you do relapse prevention plan to make sure you're taking care of yourself, because I just thought, there's no way I'm gonna relapse. And looking back, how my support was lacking, and I wasn't practicing every day my self-care. But I relapsed, and I diverted at work again. Same drug of choice. It was 3 months that I had been using around there. When I came into work in the morning, I met my boss and the director of nursing, and they said, can we have a talk? And again, I knew exactly where this was going. I was cooperative, and I did the urine drug screen. I owned my relapse as it was, and I was fired, and I lost my job. Talk about humbling. I understand what it's like to be on food stamps and Badger Care and not able to provide for your family. I self-reported to the board again. They accepted me, and I have restrictions for working. I cannot have any access to controlled substances, and I have to have supervision. I can never be the only nurse on the unit. I recently just found a job. Thankfully, someone believes in me and my recovery, and she was happy to have me, so I'm working as a nurse again. I have changed so much. The most important part of staying in recovery and of my relapse prevention plan is my trust in God. I feel like He called me back. I've made new friends in recovery. If I was talking to someone on their first day of recovery where they're trying to escape that spiraling in that black hole of addiction, I would tell them that there's hope. There's hope to recover. There's hope for a different life without using. And I would say don't give up yet.